Because the thing is, it kind of doesn't always matter where we are. We have these experiences regardless.
Right.
And so I think that humanity is what you're gonna really take.
Alicia Keys reveals how she caught Swizz Beatz and LaLa Anthony together. Word on these messy blogs is that Alicia Keys done caught her man, Swizz Beatz, sneaking around with none other than LaLa Anthony. Yes, Carmelo's ex. And listen, soon as folks heard that combo, they ain't need no further proof, they already had the pitchforks out. Now, before we start pointing fingers and making up wedding-ruining headlines, let me set the table. There is what's allegedly happening, and then there is what's actually on record. Facts first. Alicia and Swizz got married in 2010, 2 kids, been giving us joint red carpet smiles ever since. LaLa Anthony, meanwhile, married Carmelo back in 2010 too, and filed for divorce in 2021 after years of him doing, well, let's just say Melo's jersey been everywhere but the court. So when this caught together story popped up, people started connecting it back to 2021, when radio host Miss Jones claimed she had a DM from Swizz's camp talking about him fooling with LaLa. Swizz denied it, Alicia never said a word, and the internet moved on until now. That's how these things go. A little spark back then, a bigger fire now. See, the tea doesn't even need to be confirmed. The idea of LaLa, a woman in the same social circle, being linked to Alicia's husband, that alone is enough to make Twitter clock in like it's their day job.
Your wish is to have a partner in the scene that is cool and patient and understanding so it doesn't.
Back in 2013, folks first whispered about Swizz being a little too friendly at industry parties. Nothing stuck, but the streets remembered. Fast forward to 2016, Carmelo Anthony gets exposed for allegedly fathering a child outside his marriage. That shook LaLa's world, and suddenly she was popping out solo, looking fine and unbothered. But y'all know how men in power circles move. Soon as a woman is vulnerable, here come the friends trying to comfort her. By 2017 to 2018, paparazzi start catching LaLa at the same events as Swizz and Alicia. Nothing incriminating on just group settings, fashion weeks, art shows, but you know how pictures without context live forever online. Somebody always zooming in like, look at the body language. Child, her leaning over to grab a drink turns into a college paper about adultery. Then comes 2021, and this is where the story really got juice. Miss Jones, a radio host with a rep for spilling unfiltered tea, said on air that Swizz had been creeping with LaLa. She claimed a trusted source from Swizz's camp gave her the receipts. Social media lit up, blogs ate it, but both parties played deaf. LaLa never entertained it, and Swizz went online acting like folks was tripping. Meanwhile, Alicia stayed quiet, which, let's be real, sometimes silence be louder than words. Now here we are in 2025, and suddenly rumors say Alicia caught them again. No pics, no leaked text, just whispers growing legs cause it fits the narrative. LaLa single, Swizz got history, Alicia known for keeping her cool in public. It doesn't matter if it's true, and the timeline of past mess makes it believable, and that's how gossip works. It doesn't need proof, it just needs a pattern. Now let's be honest, LaLa could be sitting pretty, minding her edges, and still end up in somebody's mess. Why? Because her story checks every box for a messy blog narrative. First, she's a known beauty in hip-hop circles. From her MTV VJ days to Power, LaLa's always been the girl everybody calls fine. And in an industry where men's egos run bigger than their bank accounts, that makes her a permanent suspect. If a man even breathes in her direction, suddenly they linked up. Second, her marriage to Carmelo Anthony was already drama-filled. Melo got caught up with side pieces more than once. Remember that whole 2017 scandal with the alleged love child? Whew! LaLa tried to hold it down, but once trust is cracked, the public never forgets. Every time a man does her dirty, people start thinking, well, she probably getting her lick back, even when she's not. Third, LaLa's career moves keep her orbiting powerful men, acting gigs, reality TV, red carpets, private parties. She's visible. Unlike Sarah Chapman, Chance's mama, who stayed low, LaLa's brand thrives on being seen. That visibility means more cameras, more speculation, and more narratives ready to be cooked. Finally, she's single now. And in gossip logic, single plus attractive plus industry equals automatic. She messing with somebody's husband. People ain't even care if it's true. They just love dragging LaLa into storylines because it sells.
You know, I can't like lean on what I did before. I gotta like put my feet in the paint today. And work with them.
Now let's talk Swizz, because this man's name stay floating around the rumor mill, and not just now, for years. See, Swizz and Alicia's relationship already had a scandalous start. Allegedly, he was still legally married to his first wife, Mashonda, when he started linking with Alicia. Mashonda even went public with that infamous open letter in 2009, accusing Alicia of wrecking her home. So from the jump, folks been side-eyeing this marriage. Swizz himself, he's charismatic, flashy, and loves the spotlight. Art shows, fancy cars, extravagant gifts. He knows how to make women feel seen, that's his brand. And when your brand is ladies' man energy, people assume temptation is always in the room. Plus, Swizz got that history of being messy with his exes, public fights over child support, rumors of side flings even after he married Alicia. It all sticks. So when you hear Swizz cheating, you don't even need proof. His rep already laid the foundation. Pair that with Lala's situation, boom, instant scandal. To the streets, it fits too perfectly. Swizz, the flashy producer with a wandering eye, and Lala, the gorgeous single actress tired of being Melo's punching bag. Whether it's facts or fiction, it doesn't matter. The narrative writes itself. Alicia Keys has always played the long game when it comes to image. She built her brand on soul, grace, and that whole classy queen who don't do drama vibe. Think about it. When Mashonda aired her out back in the day, Alicia didn't clap back on Twitter. She didn't hop on Instagram Live crying. She just stayed quiet, smiled through interviews, and doubled down on her music. And that silence, it worked. Over time, people moved on. Alicia went from homewrecker headlines to being remembered as the barefoot goddess at the piano. Fast forward to now, the rumors about Swizz and Lala. Alicia ain't saying nothing again, and that's strategic because the second she speaks, the blogs eat it alive. But by staying silent, she leaves room for speculation while keeping her hands clean. The problem, though, is silence cuts both ways. Fans start reading into it. Why ain't she defending her marriage? Why is she so quiet? Maybe because it's true. It's like that saying, silence can be taken as agreement. In this case, Alicia's silence preserves her image, but low-key feeds the fire. Folks will either call her a strong woman who don't entertain mess, or a wife who's quietly suffering. Either way, she becomes part of the narrative even when she ain't saying a word. Here's the thing about Hollywood gossip. Sometimes it's not even about the truth. It's about leverage. These LaLa and Swizz whispers, they ain't just petty tea. They're tools. They can be used to distract, to discredit, or to pressure people behind the scenes. Think about Offset and Cardi's mess. Every rumor of infidelity always popped up right when something bigger was brewing, like an album rollout or a court case. Same thing here. Swizz is deep in the art world, working with billion-dollar galleries. Alicia's still selling out tours. Lala's trying to cement herself in Hollywood. One ugly rumor can shake all that. Endorsements get nervous, directors second-guess casting, and suddenly opportunities dry up. And sometimes these rumors get planted on purpose. Maybe somebody salty, maybe a business rival, maybe even someone in the circle who wants to stir chaos. That's why gossip ain't just gossip. In this industry, it's chess. So when you see blogs pushing Lala and Swizz heavy, you gotta ask, who benefits? Is it clickbait? Is it someone trying to humble Alicia? Or is it a way to keep Lala boxed into the messy friend role instead of letting her grow? At the end of the day, rumors become weapons. And when you've already got histories like Swizz's past or Lala's baggage with Melo, it don't take much for people to believe the worst. Because let's be real, LaLa Anthony has been on her grind ever since her MTV VJ days. She built a name outside of just being Carmelo Anthony's wife. Books, beauty line, acting roles, producing. Sis been stacking up credentials. But the streets don't always separate LaLa, the hustler, from LaLa, the ex-wife. Every time Melo's name trends, whether it's for his NBA legacy or his side babies, LaLa gets dragged back into it. Folks see her glow up, the new body, the acting gigs, the red carpets, and they whisper she only got that far because she left Melo. Now here's where it gets spicy. If the rumors about Swizz are true, people flip that same narrative. She traded one baller for another powerful man. If they're false, people still side-eye her success and wonder if she's being sponsored. Either way, her grind gets overshadowed by men's names. Meanwhile, Melo, despite all the alleged cheating and outside kids, still gets introduced as future Hall of Famer. Folks treat his mess like side notes. That's the double-edged Lala been living with. Her wins get tied to scandal, his wins stay tied to stats. So when people hear Lala with Swizz, it's not just gossip. It's another way her name gets linked to a man's reputation instead of her own work. And that imbalance, that's been following her career for years. And speaking of imbalance, let's talk double standards. When Swizz's name comes up in cheating talk, people laugh it off like, well, y'all know how Swizz move, but let Lala's name get tossed in and suddenly she's messy, thirsty, can't keep a man. See the pattern? This ain't new. Look at history. When Beyonce took Jay-Z back after his cheating, folks questioned her self-worth instead of his behavior. When Jennifer Lopez moved on from one relationship to another, she got called desperate. Meanwhile, men like Future can have a baby with every zodiac sign and still get praised for being toxic king. Lala gets no grace. She was loyal during Melo's NBA years, held him down, even forgave some public embarrassment. But the second she's seen enjoying life, whether it's acting with 50 Cent or rumored to be close to Swizz, she's dragged. That's the Hollywood script for women. You're either the angelic wife who suffers quietly or the villain who stole somebody's man. And here's the kicker. The blogs profit off keeping women in those boxes. Drama sells better when Lala is the home wrecker and Alicia is the silent queen. Nobody clicks if it's just three successful people coexisting in peace. So yeah, the double standards ain't just about gossip. They shape careers, endorsements, and even how future roles get offered. Men bounce back with ease. Women, they gotta fight uphill just to get folks to see them as more than the scandal attached to their name. And what's even even worse is the fact that the kids end up catching strays too, because this is the part nobody want to talk about, but it's the realest. Whenever these cheating and DNA rumors start flying, the kids end up caught in the middle. Lala and Melo's son, Keon, he a teenager now, balling out, already getting college offers, making a name on the court. But instead of just being Keon the hooper, he got to deal with whispers like, ain't your dad the one who, or yo mama was trending with Swizz, that's way the kid ain't supposed to carry. Same thing with Swizz and Alicia's kids. They're too young to even spell cheating scandal, but the internet already dragging their daddy's name in mess. Imagine being old enough to Google your parents and stumbling on rumor threads. That's generational drama stamped into their digital history. And the wild part, none of these kids asked for this. They didn't choose who their parents love, cheat on, or leave, but in the court of public opinion, they always get the fallout. It's the same story we've seen with Future's kids, Diddy's kids, even Will and Jada's kids. Public scandals got private victims, and it's usually the children. So while the grown folks tussle over rumors, the little ones inherit the side eye. That's the part of gossip we don't admit. It doesn't just live online, it shapes real childhoods. But let's keep it a buck. This LaLa Swizz Alicia Melo entanglement, it's not going anywhere. Why? Because it got all the ingredients blogs love. Power couples, messy timing, receipts, and contrast between Alicia's angelic image versus LaLa's spicy glow up. It's like a Perry rom-com come to life. Even if everybody involved came out tomorrow and said, it's all lies, we're family friends, the internet wouldn't buy it, folks already picked their narrative. Some see LaLa as leveling up. Some see Swizz as messy. Some see Alicia as too quiet to be happy. It's like one big puzzle no one wants to solve. And here's the other thing. The culture don't let black love triangles rest. Remember the drama with Diddy, Cassie, and Kim Porter? Or Chloe, Tristan, and Jordan Woods? Once the internet gets a taste of a storyline like this, it turns into its own soap opera. LaLa can book 10 more acting gigs. Alicia can drop another album. Swizz can throw another beat battle. But one blurry rumor will still outtrend all of. That's why this story will keep coming back. It ain't about truth anymore. It's about the entertainment value of imagining powerful people living messy lives. So whether there's fire behind this smoke or it's just a blog stirring the pot, one thing's clear: LaLa, Swizz, Alicia, and Melo are stuck in a storyline the internet ain't ready to close the chapter on. And honestly, that's what keeps the gossip industry alive.